Okay everybody, welcome back to Highfleet. I know it's been a week since the last video and I apologise for that. I promise that going forward we'll see videos a lot more often. Now that the festive season's kicked off, a lot of the craziness that's been happening has kind of calmed down. I'm going to start powering my way through this campaign. I'm really keen to get my teeth stuck into it. Before we begin, just a couple of little housekeeping things that I need to talk to you about. One, I've turned dithering off. You may see that the picture's a lot clearer. I'm hoping that this also means that YouTube's going to handle the videos a lot better as well, and we should have a much clearer experience for everybody. It's a bit jarring for me. Everything's like crystal clear on the screen, which I'm not used to, but we'll see how that goes. Second, I finally turned on the long crosshair. I'm sure a lot of people will be gasping in relief that I finally did that. I might actually hit some shots in combat. We'll see. I might get overwhelmed. Before we begin, we've got something we need to do. We've got a Tarkan here in Nagar, so we're going to have a chat with him and see what we can find out. He's in a Gepard, which is quite a cool little ship. I poo-pooed it in my last campaign. It's actually fine, but I'll probably sell it straight away to get some money. But let's see what he has to say. A group of people from the ship approach you, dressed in military uniforms. They don't appear to be armed. Oh, it's our good friend, of course. This is a free one because we get to give him the juice. So greetings, my lord. Interesting. Fear -1. I'm looking for allies to wage war on Kiva, and interesting, if you give them the pot, I think that might give you a quick bonus in this. I'm not sure. Maybe I've just messed up. Let's have a look. Let's talk about the great destiny of the Romani Empire. He has worldview Romani, so that works quite well. Double plus for that, actually. I want to try and get this as high as possible. I want to talk about why we should end the war. He greatly values force, and our worldview is negative, so that didn't go very well. Now he hates us. Cool. Let's talk about the injustice seen throughout Garrett. He likes order. Greatly values law. Okay. We'll also talk about how the wealthy oppress the people. Yeah. Because, okay, negative for law. Let's give him a bronze icon. Lean towards faith. His faith is high. Let's give him a gilded dagger as well, because force +1. Okay. I'll try and get him up to 2 stars if I can. We'll talk about the war with Kiva and why it is necessary. He liked that earlier. And we've got a big plus speech bonus right now. I'd love to get this up one further. What are we looking at? Clowning the Romani Empire, of how the weak appeal to justice to undermine the strong, of the woes of the people and how you wish to aid them. He does like order. Let's give that a try. Kindness +1. Okay, it was a kindness +1. That's got us to 3 stars. We've got a good speech bonus of +2. Oh, I'm so close to getting him to 4 stars. But we're on our last turn of the speech. If this goes badly, I think the worst that can happen is I'll get a -1. So I'm going to go for it. Actually, I know he likes this, and I've got a good speech bonus of +3. So doing this should just get me my 4. Okay, it didn't work. But whatever. I've got 3 stars with him. I'm really happy with that. That's tons of resources later in the game. So he's going to join us. We've got one in the northeast, okay? And Omar Khan has joined us. And we've got a Gepard, which we're going to sell straight away because it's too slow really to stick with my fleet. 6,000 gold is good too. So let's go into the shipworks. And I've never actually sold a ship before. I do it from here. So Gepard here. Nothing I want to take off it. I'm going to take these Zeniths off the ship just so I don't have to put some new ones. Anything else I want to harvest here? We've got a fire control radar. I might keep that. I'm not too worried about the guns. Don't need anything else here. I could grab the sprints. Do you want to grab the sprints? I'll grab the sprints. It's all resources I can use down the road. Oh, well, that's fine. And we'll sell the rest of the ship. Cool. All right. That's good because I can now mount these Zeniths back on the Richter 3. I'm going to try and keep these alive. Now, I have been playing around in the ship editor to try and find a refit for this ship that will make better use of these missiles. And what I'm tempted to do is I could put the missiles here, and I'd have to move... Oh, I'm making a big mess of this. I'd have to move our flare launchers here. I'm not going to do this fit, but just to sort of show you what I'm thinking about doing. And then... I'm not going to put the fuel tanks there either, but I could put the missiles here, and that would leave them better protected. The downside is I've got nowhere to put these fuel tanks, so I want to do this. Nowhere to put these fuel tanks internal, and I don't want to leave them here. So just undo all of that. We'll just leave it to repair, but I am thinking about that. I am going to mount these Zeniths, so it's a very short... It's only going to add a couple of hours of repair time onto this to get them added on. Anything for sale here that's interesting? I haven't really looked at that. No. We've got some Palash. Now, Palash at the moment, not great. In 1.15, Palash is finally going to reload for the player. It's going to completely change the game. But right now, still not any good. But I'm very excited for it in the new patch. What else we've got for sale here? We've got a Yars. We've got 2 tankers. I might come back and get a tanker at some point in this campaign. And we've got a Triumphant as well. And a Paladin Mark II, which we know is a good chassis. All right, let's just quickly put in a couple of details. So I'm going to say there's tankers for sale. And I'm also going to put in that there is probably, oops, I didn't move that. There's probably a Tark up here. All right. So, a couple of other things I want to do. I want to get my hands on some bombs, because as we know from my bombing video, putting a bomb on a ship will force the enemy to stay landed for longer. So I want to put a bomb on all 3 of my Audacities to try and keep them, give them more time in the air. All of my ships are repairing right now, which isn't amazing, but we've made a lot of ground, so I'm not too worried about it. And that's these guys coming back in here. We're back up to 70 grand as well, so suddenly that Tarkan ship's giving us a nice just influx of cash. Okay. Let's just look at some stuff here. So the reason I brought this ship over here, the Screamer, is when these guys leave, I'm going to grab some A100s, I'm going to grab some T7s, and I'm going to grab some Fabs, and I'm just going to start upgrading some of my ships and picking up some more equipment. I'm just going to buy, should I just buy all these? They're only 200. I'm going to buy all 6 of these Fabs right now. So I've got them, and I'm going to keep like one with each ship. I'm going to put one in the Brunswick if I've got a spot to put it right here. So that's my new strategy. If you haven't watched my other video, I have discovered that if you put a bomb on a ship, it forces the enemy to stay landed for an additional 20 seconds. So usually they take off after 10 seconds. Having a bomb on your ship, on average, keeps them stuck to the floor for 30 seconds, giving you way more time to shoot at them before they take off, and you can still launch the bomb on them. Plus, bombs only cost 200, and they do quite a lot of damage for that 200. We'll see if I can actually hit anything with them. So we'll just call this the Brunswick B. B class, bomber class, and we'll get that saved. I set it an extra hour to the time. Not worried about that. And we'll let that take over. Is there actually, sorry, I want to check if there's any rare ammo here. Because what I'm thinking, I want to keep my eye out for laser guided 130. But no, there's only a laser guided 180, which is very good, but none of the ships in my fleet currently mount 180. All right, let's take some time forward, and we'll just wait until people are ready to go. Our main fleet at is almost ready for takeoff. I would like to fly them up here. One thing I could do, though, is let's just check a couple of things. Looking at our map, there's a couple of very likely places for hidden cities. There's a good chance we could have a hidden city somewhere around here. There's a very good chance there's a hidden city somewhere around here. And there's a very good chance there's possibly somewhere around here as well. These gaps in the map scream to me that there's potential locations for a hidden city. So while people are refueling, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take our fleet, I'm going to grab the Howler, and I'm going to fly it up to Kush, and then Kush is going to refuel. And it's going to just scan around this area to see if there's a hidden city. Okay, we're just waiting for some refueling. We've got 6 hours repair here, 13 hours repair here, 18 repairs here. So this is the first ship that's going to be up and running. We can take Mary and try out our new bomber. Also, this, as everyone has pointed out, is completely wrong. The note is for northwest, not northwest. So there's possibly a Tarkan at or it's more likely the Tarkan we found over here in Nagar. But don't worry, we're going to hit all of these cities, so we'll find them if they're there. Right, let's just fast forward a little bit. We're just going to check the fueling here. Is he fully fueled? It looks like he might be. It says he's not refueling, is he? Yeah, fuel 100%. All right, let's just spend a little bit of time with him, and we'll just see if we can find a hidden city out here. How are we doing for fuel distance on him? What's his... Oh, his radius is massive. We should be fine. There's lots of little jobs I want these courier / Howler ships to do, and this is one of them. Someone in the comments suggested getting some elant on them, and honestly that's a great idea. Putting elant on them will mean they'll be able to track the ships that they're calling away when they're screaming away and using their radar jammers to pull enemies away from them. But right now we're fine for just cruising around without that. I love how fast these ships are. They're going to make the job of finding hidden cities a lot easier. If we find a hidden city, that's the first destination for our fleet, because I can leave them there as long as I need to. So there's still a road. It's a very, very promising road here. For those who don't know what I'm doing, I'm just following the road into the desert. And why don't we pause there? Has anything happened? 3.1. No, nothing seems... Oh, fueling has finished in I'm going to get this fleet just to fly on to Kush. Kush is a good place to go. It's a refueling station, so it'll take less time to refuel the fleet. And we'll just get them moving forward. Meanwhile, we'll go back to these guys here. So, again, just to find a hidden city, just fly into the desert and follow the road along the ground. The ones that lead into the desert are your most promising ones. Every road won't lead to a hidden city, but this is looking very promising, especially when they start crossing with other roads as well. It's a sign that this is a trade route, and there's usually a trade route leading to a hidden city. Now we're going in an interesting direction. How are we doing for fuel? We've got tons of fuel. Just make sure you keep an eye on how much fuel you have. Don't get your... at about... Oh, there is. Found a city within people. And that's how easy it is. Cool. That's a great find early on in the campaign. Get us some money, get us some equipment. I'm really happy with that. We've got a radio signal as well. It's the first one of the campaign. This is interesting that it's happening while we're landing. Oh, there we go. All right, let's see what we can find. Oh, no, it's going to be quite interesting to find here. Hard to find this one. Okay, and our bearing. Okay, so it's coming towards where we've detected that ELINT signal. Going, caster going 90 at speed 90, going 90, flying east-northeast, Kavkaz. That looks like a trade fleet message. So they're going east-northeast, probably about here. Probably heading up to Tarshish or Shebad. There's a trade fleet heading up here. I'm not worried about that right now. Let's check out what's happening in the City of the Hidden People. Do we have enough fuel to get there? Yeah, you guys just fly straight here. That's a great, just early success. I'm really happy with that. Yeah, I don't want to land the Howler. Hidden People. City of the Hidden People welcomes you and your squadron with it. Great excitement. Its entire population pours into the street to meet you. Children run to and fro with shouts of glee. The men offer you their solemn greetings, and the women rush to you with flowers. Fleet morale +2. The Doyle of the City promises to help your squadron in any way he can. No one fears the gathering here, and everyone wishes for your endeavour to succeed. 6 Zenith missiles. 5 Zenith missiles. 3 KH-15P missiles. That was a great... That's all useful equipment. The gathering doesn't even know the city exists, and none of our people will give us away, Pyotr Ivanovich says confidently. We're safe here. We can stay as long as we need to. I'm sure there's a lot of other people who've done this. I just watched June, like 2 days ago, finally. I live in Australia. It takes forever for movies to get here. I think June's been out for a while, but lockdowns and stuff. So, I mean, I read June a long time ago, and I've read it a few times, but just the Highfleet June crossover vibes are really strong with me. I feel like I've just found a siege. I'm really happy. And Pyotr talks about putting down roots. Okay, City of the Hidden People. Let's just see what's available here. We also just want to buy a ton of fuel. Let's see, we've got 250 kilogram bombs, we've got Prox Fuse 180 and 130, AP 100, nothing too exciting. Shipworks, I don't think there's going to be any exciting components here. There never is. No, nothing that exciting. But look at all these missiles. I'm really happy to see that. Okay, we'll get them refueled, which won't take too long. We'll maybe wait if we're looking for the City of the Hidden People. Actually, we'll maybe fly over to Nod and go up from here to look for it. But obviously, I need a safe berth nearby. Also, that took 4 hours to find that City of the Hidden People. Okay, they are now fully refueled. What do I want to do with them right now? Like I say, I don't really want to fly them over here, but I could fly them to Nod or Paran. Let's fly them over to Nod. I know I've got another ship over in Nod, but what I can do is I can start looking to see if there's a City of the Hidden People here, which there probably isn't now that I found one here, but there could be. So we'll just get them flying over. I know I've already got a ship over here, but that ship needs to courier equipment back to my other fleets. Now it says that I've got enough fuel, but it does that sometimes when a ship takes off. Yeah, that'll be fine. And I've already clicked on that, that's fine. Alright, we're at 1.3 hours left here. Let's just fast forward a little bit. Okay. Oh, I just noticed what I've done. It's locked on to the people and not the... It's locked onto the fleet and not the city. And these guys here are now ready to leave. So we'll get the Brunswick and Patrick to head up to Mari. Now that they've left, the Screamer can head over to Paran. And the reason I've done it that way is when you dispatch a strike fleet, the strike fleet leaves behind all of the equipment in its inventory to whatever ships are left behind. So I now know that the Screamer, which is the ship that's left behind in Nod, it has all the missiles that I bought, so it can now head to Paran. Actually, have I bought any missiles yet? I bought the Fabs, I didn't buy anything else. So let's actually quickly decide what we're buying here. How much money do I have? 69,000. Let's get some spare LA7s. We'll pick up 4 of those. What else did I want to buy here? I'll grab a couple of A100s. Don't want to spend too much money. Anything else? Is D80 monots here? I don't want to buy those if I don't have to just yet. The small ELINT systems are here as well. I do want to mount these on here. What's the range on those if I put them on? It doesn't show me properly. 262 kilometers. I do want to do that, but we don't. Do we have enough power? Ugh, that's frustrating. I won't have enough power if I do that. I'm going to leave that for the moment. There's jammers available here. That's what I'll buy for now. Just the 4 planes and the A100s. I meant to send a bomb off with the Brunswick, but it's fine. Apparently they haven't left yet anyway. And when they've left, I'm going to send the Screamer off on its own to Paran with all of that equipment. Oh, it's already on its way. Hopefully that worked. I may have messed that up because I kind of changed things around in the air. You guys need to land here, but we'll see what happens. Also, people have been telling me I can just right-click on this to sell... Oh, don't take off. People have been telling me I can right-click on here to sell the fuel. Doesn't seem to work for me. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I've just clicked out into the middle of the desert. Yeah, stop it, Peter. So maybe I'm doing something wrong. I need to check those again. Or maybe I go into the I've never been able to make this work. You go in here and right-click. Ah, right-click to sell the excess fuel. Got it. So there you go. This is the thing. Again, go into your supplies, right-click, you can sell the excess fuel that's in the city. So you can do the same thing here, which we've got quite a lot of excess fuel. Just go into the supplies, right-click on this, and it sells the excess fuel. Did not know that was a mechanic, so thank you for pointing that out. So we're doing some shifting around here, heading over to the city of the hidden people here. These guys are repairing, these guys are repairing. It's taking a bit of time, I'm a bit frustrated about that, but I've got to realize that the actual speed of my campaign is very fast right now. All right, you need some fuel, so let's just get you topped up. Because it's such a small ship, it requires so little fuel to fill it up. 66 tons of fuel is all it's going to take. It barely costs me any money. Are we in range to launch a Brunswick Silent Strike? Just a little bit closer, and the Brunswick can go. And that just means that if something happens, the Patrick can pull out and not lose it as well as the Brunswick. But this could be a hard fight. This is my first fight with a bomb on the bottom of the ship as well, so I'm quite curious to see how this is going to turn out. But yeah, wish me luck. Let's go. Things are ticking on quite nicely now. We've got lots of fleet actions happening. We've got couriers moving around. I quite like it. Okay, we've got an enemy detected. No alarms raised. Oh dear, there is a Gladiator in this garrison. So we're going to go in with... I'm going to use Prox Fuse rather than Armor Piercing, because the Prox Fuse will absolutely destroy the flower and the ballistic, and I can get in under the Gladiator and do as much damage to it as I can. I have one bomb. I'm not actually going to bomb the Gladiator because it is armored on top. I'm going to try and bomb the flower. Try to do as much damage to the Gladiator as we can before we go in. Actually, maybe that's a good reason to take Armor Piercing, because I can shoot down from above before the battle starts to try and do as much damage to the Gladiator as I can. How much armor piercing do I have? 100. Let's try with the AP. This is going to be very difficult. The Gladiator is a worst case scenario ship to face in a garrison. Let's go. Yep, I've got a bomb. Let's get down low and find this Gladiator quickly. I messed up launching the bomb. I'm probably going to have to redo that. A little bit overwhelmed right now. Did a lot of damage to the Gladiator already. You can see how long the enemy have stayed on the ground here. Actually, they're in the air for a while. Oops, let's just not take those hits, or we'll take those hits. The damage, of course, was from my missiles, not from my shots. I'm probably going to redo this fight. It was very messy at the start here. And I'm taking Prox Fuse. Okay. Let's redo that, and we'll just calm down. I went into that way too fast, way too hard. I am going to stick with the Armor Piercing. And I think I need to turn the music volume down a little bit. It seems to be very loud to me right now. We'll see how people say after this video if I need to turn the music volume down. Okay, nice and calm. Find the Gladiator. Hit it with the Armor Piercing ammo. Hit it with 2 missiles. Drop a bomb on it. Because of the missiles, I'm actually going to go in with Prox Fuse. So we're going to fire both of our missiles at the Gladiator. We're going to hit it with Prox Fuse. We're going to try and drop a bomb on the flower. Just have to find it before we start fighting. I think it's the middle ship here. Yeah. That was unfortunate. Just doing really badly here. I need to calm down. I'm trying to do too many things at once. This is the one. We go in, we drop the bomb, we shoot the guns, we fire the missiles. Nice and calm. We want to get the missiles out before the Gladiator gets a shot off. Or maybe wait till after the Gladiator gets a shot off so that it's not going to shoot them down as it comes in. That's a really important thing to bear in mind with missiles. You don't want to fire them when the enemy's about to fire because they will shoot them down just as a side thing. Here we go. Bombs away. It's not really falling very well, which isn't great. We'll stay at long range. We'll just ping everybody with as much Prox Fuse as we can. Let's take out that Courageous. It's the Gladiator Prox Fuse that I'm really worried about. Actually, I want to keep the Courageous in the air so another bigger ship doesn't come in. I'm just getting thrown off a little bit by this really big crosshair. Also, my tracking doesn't seem to be super great. I'm using up way too much fuel. I flew into the Courageous. Oh, guys, this is really bad. I'm doing so badly with this fight. You can tell I haven't played in a week. I apologize for my incredibly bad play. I will show you how it's done in this attempt, okay? So procs fuse, fire the missiles, we try and drop the bomb. Bomb is proving very difficult to do. I'm panicking a little bit under fire, trying to line the bomb cursor up, but I can do this. I might need to rebind drop bomb, actually. Let's just launch one missile at the flower. There's the bomb coming in on the Gladiator. Didn't really hit it, unfortunately. Procs fuse makes great anti-air, by the way. I know I'm shooting at the armor on the Gladiator and it's not ideal. Do I still have a missile left? No, I used them both up. Oh, we need to dodge this procs fuse. This procs fuse is death. That's how you kill a Gladiator. Okay. That was very messy. It didn't go particularly well, but we got the win. We haven't lost too much in the way of morale. We haven't taken too much damage on this particular attempt, so I'm going to take it. I am very embarrassed with how badly I did in those first couple of fights, but you know, that's Highfleet. And that's how the game works for me. I had a really great success on the strategic map, so I had a failure in combat. That's fine. Let's go for... I want to take Veteran Gunner, because the game's reloading is good. Apparently, yeah, I love the way the game does stuff like this. Let's take Veteran Gunner on the ship too. Alright, what have we got to go for here? I don't care about the Zenith right now. We've got an HE-20 I'm not too worried about. Ammo and fuel tanks we need to keep an eye on. Searching for survivors is going to be a problem, but I did get +2 fleet morale recently, and this ship's going to be here for a while because they're down to, I think, morale 6. Yeah. I want to make sure I try and check the captain's cabin if I can. No, it's this. There's no. No, it was the captain's cabin if I can. Crew quarters is a good one. Let's start with. This is going to explode if I don't recover it, so I'm actually going to start with the Zenith, and we'll go from there. Let's just speed this guy up, and let's see what else is going on. So do we still have any ELINT detection over here? No, we don't. We're going to head over to Dadan anyway. We've got this guy at Param now. Let's just check if that equipment arrived. It did. Cool. So you're going to get a fab here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to mount a fab on the Sleepy Pupper. And the reason I'm doing that, I can't mount a fab. Oh, I can. It's just so I can leave it behind. It will let me attach it. It says there's an attachment. I can. All right, be very careful with that. But there's a fab there just so that when the Screamer leaves, it doesn't take the bombs with it. Sleepy Pupper B for a bomb. Okay, so I've now got a bomb there. Let's check the supplies while I'm here because I need more procs fuse. No procs fuse here. That's fine. And then what we're going to do is we're going to get the Screamer. Oh, no, we can't. We have to let this fleet leave the Screamer behind. So we'll just let that sit there until they have finished. The Screamer, do you need fuel? No, you can make it to Nagar without needing to refuel. Meanwhile, you have finished refueling, or pretty much. So while these guys all repair, I'm going to get you to see if we can find another hidden city, which I doubt we will find. And try and get back some, some street cred, some Highfleet cred over the absolute travesty that was that combat encounter. It was very bad. Oh, the reason the game paused there was because our rescue mission finished. So they're getting crew protection at the moment, which I'm not that worried about. We're probably going to lose the survivors. The A220 is worth 4,000 credits, which is a decent amount of money. I think I'm going to let these survivors go, to be honest. I'm taking some big kindness hits already, so I'm not too worried about losing more kindness. Let's get the fuel tanks. Could I get the captain's cabin before the fuel tanks blow? I think I might be able to. Got a lot going on. There's a city here, or we can go up here. It's harder to see the roads at night, I find. the city there. Let's just check what's going on here. So the fuel tanks haven't gone up yet. There's no roads going north, I notice. Only roads going east. This is just the trade road to Mari. Intercepted enemy communication by Tarkan ships far northwest of Mari. Okay, let's get the fuel tanks. So, northwest of Mari. Probably looking at Shaley for Tarkan. Okay, now this ship here is in a bad position because it's running low on fuel and I haven't found any roads heading north. There's a city back there that I've already gone through. I'm not seeing any roads headed north at all, which makes me think that there is no hidden city in this area. Okay, I'm going to leave that for now. I'm actually going to fly them back to Nod for the moment because they can pick up some supplies for me if I need them to. Got a rescue mission going on here, 6.9 hours of repairs here, 9.7 hours of repair here. Let's just fast... Got the fuel, that's good. We've probably got time to get the ammo and the A220, which is pretty much perfect for me. We also didn't lose any highness for losing the crew, not saving the crew, which is just excellent. They're refueling, tons of fuel, which is great. They're almost there. I know I've got some fuel here. I might send one of my couriers over to pick that up. Got the ammo, get the A220, that's great. Let's just fast forward until that's done. This guy needs to refuel. So I'll just get on that, just see how much it costs him. So 58321 costs about 200 credits. Not even that, 100 odd credits to fully fuel one of my couriers. Excellent. Look how fast they refuel as well. Alright, anything I want you to pick up from here while you're here? Let's have a look. Probably need some more prox fuse 100 to be honest. If I do that, yeah, let's just top up on that. Armor piercing 100. Let's bump that up to about 200. Cool. Just wanted to make sure I've got that. Anything in shipworks I want from here? Do I want to pick up any more planes? I think I'm okay for planes and stuff at the moment. I know I can come back here for more, and it's not going to take these ships very long to get back here if I need them to. So for now, I want you to link up with this fleet just for the moment. I don't really have a plan for you right now, but I don't want you sitting here where you can get detected. And let's just fast forward. Okay, you need to land and repair. There's a lot going on, as always, in Highfleet. Nowhere great to repair here, unfortunately. But we will be able to start working out where strike fleets are. Again, I am very embarrassed by my performance in that fight. I think I let the fact that there was a Gladiator there just get to my head. And once I calmed down and stopped talking and just concentrated on fighting, I was able to deal with it pretty well. You can see how well prox fuse can deal with a Gladiator when you attack them from the right angle, which is below. We are definitely taking some stretch damage here when we're landing. A couple of people pointed that out to me. And I think it's to do with the leg angles. I'll do some off-screen testing to check up on that and find a better way for laying them out. Let's get this guy repairing. We've got some Zeniths here to reload him with. So we picked up 4 Zeniths, which is pretty nice. We don't have another bomb, unfortunately. I might need to deliver one, but we're looking okay at the moment. Nothing here we need to pick up. It's interesting. What is that component that's damaged there? I'm not sure. I think it's just the hull's being knocked aside. Supplies, we don't need to worry about fuel. Let's just sell the excess. We've got prox fuse 130, which I do want to pick up. We'll just grab all we can. Armor piercing 180, armor piercing 100, laser guided 180. I want this box here, laser guided 130. That's the dream thing. Yep, we've got ourselves a scanning area, so let's check for strike groups. Strike group up here at Shebat. Okay, strike group Kavkaz is our first big enemy. So they're up here in Shebat. What about, oh yeah, Pupper is in the room snoring. I don't know if I mentioned that. Tactical groups. We've got an aircraft carrier group up in Kiriath. Okay. So those are our first 2 big issues. Shebat and Kiriath currently have enemies in them. They're here to support Gazam, which is I think our first fleet HQ. Yes, our first fleet HQ. Alright, we've got repairs ready in 5.7 hours, 8.5 hours, and our main fleet is about to arrive at the City of the Hidden People. Just to fast forward until they've done so. And now that they've landed, I'm going to just get them refueling. It's going to take a bit of time. That costs a lot of money. But that's what we're going to make back with some combat soon. I picked up that A220, didn't I? Let's sell that before we forget to do it. Because I'm quite bad for just leaving them sitting in my inventory. That's a big chunk of cash. That covers our fuel pretty much. And let's just let things tick over until these repairs are done. Okay. So we've spent too much time in Paran, but that's fine. We're about to leave. We just need half an hour until we can take off. Oh, sorry, Pupper is ready to go out, so I might need to end this recording soon. I want to attack before we stop recording. That's what my end point is going to be. Okay, repairs at Param are done, so let's get the Dzerzky and the Sleepy Pupper in the air towards and once they've taken off, we'll get the Screamer all the way over to Nagar. And we can leave Paran behind forever. It's saying there's no fuel for this guy to get to Paran, but there is, because they use a lot of fuel when they boost off, and it kind of calculates it, I think. And we'll just wait here. You got enough fuel? Yeah, you got enough fuel. They weren't fully fueled, which is a mistake of mine. Once we get a bit closer, we will deploy the Dzerzky, and that will probably be us. Hopefully I'll make a better showing of myself than I did at Mari, and I won't be quite as embarrassed. Are you not repairing? Repairs already done here. Well, let's get the Brunswick and obviously Patrick back in the air. I don't need to select them to take Keela as well. And we'll have 2 more fights to end this video. That sounds much better to me. I like it. We've got superficial repairs. That's great. And he's got his Zeniths back, which is really important. Okay, we're probably close enough to now to launch the Dzerzky. Not quite. Okay, now we're close enough. I will just remember to thrust down the Sleepy Pupper so that it doesn't end up in combat. And we'll just keep an eye on this attack here. We did have an Elent warning over here early. It's probably this fleet here that we were picking up. Not something actually in this town, but we'll keep our eyes peeled just in case. Dzerzky's about to hit. Is there nothing here to call an alarm? Good. Let's see what the garrison's like. Flower, Slogger, Courageous, much easier. We're probably going to try and not use our bomb or our missiles here. Did I mount a bomb? I did mount a bomb. I'm going to try not to use our bomb or missiles if we can avoid it. I'm going to stick to high explosive ammo. The only thing I'm worried about really is the Slogger, because it takes the 130mm ammo. Let's see what we can do. I know where the Slogger is now. It's over here on the right. I'm trying to shoot that down if I could. They still haven't taken off, I think you'll notice, which is just ridiculously powerful. Because I can just sit up here and take some pot shots at them. They're now in the air. We've done quite a lot of damage to this Slugger. Watch this 57mm fire so it doesn't destroy my remaining missile or my bomb. Doesn't look like this crosshair is really helping me very much. I'm still missing a lot of my shots. I'll just come in fast here and shoot him from below. Or miss with every shot. He's almost down though. Say that, but I can't get him down. Come on, Flower. Okay, Flower's down. Now it's just the Courageous. As long as I can hit him, it shouldn't take too long. Can't hit him though. And he's dead. Cool. We took some superficial damage. I'm not too worried about it. It shouldn't be too long of a repair. We'll get him back in action as quickly as possible, and that's another city taken. Just need to make some money here if we can. Brunswick B, which wasn't in this fight, is now leveled up to level 3. We will take battle scars for faster repairs. Now we've got access to a 2A37, a Vermpole, search for survivors, fuel tanks, ammunition. I think I'm going to go survivors, fuel tanks. We're going to miss these, unfortunately. I could grab this for 2,000. I think I'd rather take the captain's cabin to find more Tarkans, so we'll go with survivors first. And we'll just make sure to remember to speed up the Sleepy Pupper so it rejoins. And we will get on with this attack here. So we'll get the Brunswick to attack here. And again, we'll just slow Patrick down so he doesn't overtake him. And we'll see if we do a better job at... Is it Keela? Keela. Makes me think of Keela Salai. Okay, that's the rescue order complete. Let's get the... I could grab the Vermpole, but it's going to explode. I'm going to get the crew cabins and the fuel tanks and the ammo. No. Captain's cabin. Wait, how much was left? No, we'll do crew cabins first and see what we're looking at. Okay. Combat at Keela. We've got Navarin, Courageous Slogger. Again, we're going with HE ammo. We're going to try not to use our bomb or our missiles if we can avoid it. My goal is not to lose any of our ordnance in actual firepower. From big shot, I should say. Plan is to do as much. They've taken off very quickly this time, even though, well, you don't have a bomb equipped, that's why. I was acting like there was no there was a bomb on my ship. There's a Slogger. Bad habit I have is constantly holding down shift to overheat my engines, which makes me burn through fuel very, very quickly. Oh, that was beautiful. Nothing better than using your enemy's ordnance against them. Took a couple of hits I didn't really want to take there. And now just for the Slugger. And that was a great fight. Took a little bit of damage, didn't lose any missiles. I'm happy enough with that. Cool. Alright. I'm going to finish this video after we've done all of the looting, so we can see if there's any Tarkans in any of these cities for us. I don't think there's going to be. Let's go with... Oh, it's not great stuff here, is there? Disassemble the hull, secure fuel tanks, crew cabins, or captain's cabin. I want to do this and this. I also want to do this. Let's start with the crew cabins and see what we end up with. And let's remember to boost up this. So it's making good speed. We've got our fleet at a hit city, the people fully recharging. These guys are... How are we doing for repairs here? These guys are fully repaired as well, so I can get them moving. But I do want to equip a bomb before I do that. So we'll just quickly do that. So one fab here. And then what I'll do is I'll go to the Starfish. We'll call this the Rooster 3. The Rooster 3 with the bomb. And we'll go to the Starfish and we'll just put a bomb on the roof here so it can carry it. And then what we'll do is we'll just split this fleet off once they've finished installing the bombs, which is not going to take too much time. It's going to take 2 hours. And then the Screamer can deliver all of its equipment to the City of the Hidden People. But I'm just going to do these rescues really quickly and we'll get these guys launched and then we're going to end the video. Hopefully everyone's enjoyed this one. We've got a Garrett banner. That's pretty cool. Not seen one of those in a long time. Let's secure the fuel tanks now. Got an Empire Cross. That sounds pretty cool, useful. Let's search the captain's cabin. 1.9 hours left there. Fuel is safe over here. Let's search the captain's cabin now. And then we should have time for the ammunition as well. Ships of Garrity Tarkan spotted northwest of Keela. Additional security requested for allied ships. So it does look like there's a Tarkan here. That's kind of confirming our theory. And we'll just secure the fuel tanks here. That's worked out really well. Not paying for fuel is fantastic. Just a negative income issue I don't have to worry about at all. These guys are 1.2 hours away from takeoff. Ships of Garrett Tarkan spotted north of north of Tarshish maybe. So we'll just put Tark here. There could be a Tark in there. And we'll just see what's going on in this town. Oh, hang on. They haven't finished with the fuel. Oh, no, it's these guys here, and they're doing the ammunition. Okay, cool. So these guys are done. Let's see what's going on in this town before we end the video. We're going to land the Brunswick, of course, to get it repaired. Good. Of course, this is a repair area. We'll get it into that 362 plot if we can fit it in. It should just squeeze in. This is another important thing to keep in mind when you're building ships is their profile will depend on where they can land. And especially with brawlers and interceptors, they're going to take damage. You need to get them on the ground to repair them quickly. If you make them too wide, they're not going to fit in these cute little repair silos. Saying that, I'm not sure we're going to fit into this cute little repair silo. Yeah, we'll squeeze in. To watch we don't bang the walls on the way down. Someone commented on one of my videos where I landed the Paladin with only one leg in my last campaign, And I was just thinking about that today. It was very cheeky. Oh, little bang.
Touchdown confirmed.
Nice, that's 362% repair speed.
Man's the landing. Good work, everyone.
What I'm worried about now is when I landmine does these. Oh, an incident in the city. Your presence is urgently requested at the main hatch. There's a large and agitated crowd of locals gathered below the ship. On the way there, you learn the reason for the outrage. One of your men started a fight in the city and killed someone in a gash-induced frenzy. The crowd falls silent as soon as they see your silhouette in the open hatch. They await your decision. I can either hold a trial, make it an internal fleet matter, or just force them to leave. Holding a public trial is clearly a kindness situation. Internal fleet matter is going to be probably order or military. Order or force, probably. I got an opportunity to try and get my kindness back after tanking it at the start of the campaign by holding a public trial, but that will make my order go down and my force go down. Disperse at once, there'll be no trial, we're at war. I feel like... What's this? So this is a traditional thing. So this will give me plus Romani. This will give me negative Romani. My Romani is at 1. I don't really want to lose that. I'm going to say that this is an internal fleet matchup. The man's fate will be decided by tribunal. Your men nod in agreement. As the crowd disperses, however, you catch many frustrated looks in the locals' faces. Okay. Shipworks. Let's get the repairs running. Just see what we've got available for sale here. Nothing that exciting. Repair this, please. It's going to take 2.6 hours and cost 300 credits. I'm very happy with that. Supplies. We'll sell our excess fuel. Still no prox fuse. Sorry, still no laser guided. We've got some aircraft missiles here, which we'll keep in mind. 180mm incendiary, which is something I want to play with, but not in this campaign. Oh, there's also, let's mark it off on the map, there are also 340mm rockets here, which I already have some of, I think. Yeah, I have 35 of them, but that's interesting to know about. I'm going to leave that for now. We'll just see what's going on in this city, and then I'm going to end the video. But yeah, apart from a little bit of a mess in Mari, I'm pretty happy with this video. We've made some really good progress. Things are looking quite nice. We're split out quite nicely across the field, just pushing forward, for making sure we're not leaving anything behind. Trying to make money. We're sitting on 36,000 right now, which is a pretty decent amount of cash. Let's get the Dezersky on the ground. Got another big repair bay here as well. We're landing at 330. Now this is going to be interesting, because the question is the bomb on the bottom of the ship going to explode when we land? That's something I'm very worried about. Because the ship does flex quite a lot on these crab legs. Ooh, that was close. Came in a little bit too fast there. I'm really excited for the 1.15 patch. I feel like it's a really, really big patch. It's standardizing armor as well, which is a good and a bad thing. Everything's going to weigh the same, which means the smaller pieces are less valuable. Alright, no events. Let's have a look at the ship works. We'll get the ship repairing just before I forget. 2.5 hours, going to cost nothing. That's fantastic. We have nothing exciting for sale here. And in terms of supplies, we'll sell the excess fuel. Oh, did I undersell the fuel there? Well, that's not a lot of fuel to have to worry about buying. We have laser guided 130mm. There's 18 rounds here. It is incredibly expensive. We're buying all of it. Want to buy as much of it as I can get my hands on. That is how I'm going to really punch above my weight later in this campaign. Okay, well that's where we'll leave it for now. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to try and churn these out a lot faster, so I hope you're ready for the adventure, because I certainly am. But for now, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Cheers.